pinakita sa amin na puro nakalagay frasco, 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 frasco. Yung presence mo doon, yung sa picture na yan, it doesn't fit in sa taste ng mga Pilipino na nakakita po niyan. Kaya nga po binabash po kayo. Ang dating daw sa kanila parang pinopromote mo yung sarili mo versus dapat yung Pilipinas ang pinopromote mo o yung mga probinsya ang pinopromote mo versus you promoting yourself.
I have no national ambition. I'm not running for any national position. And therefore, any accusation of self-promotion would fall flat because I am not running for any national position in 2028. And therefore, there would be no reason for me to promote myself.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not saying that you're running. Don't put words into my mouth. But what we are saying here, ma'am, please, huwag mo i-promote yung sarili mo. Isa pa, sa nakikita ko, I'm very sorry, Secretary Frasco, parang lumilitaw na ikaw ay nagiging vlogger na it will not sell pag doon sa mga marketing materials natin, puro mukha mong nakalagay doon. It shouldn't happen kasi another thing one thing na na-notice ko, halimbawa, meron tong sa Japan ba ito, na magazine. I think it's a free magazine. Pagkakataon na sana natin na para sumikat tayo sa Japan, yung tourism industry natin, sa halip, nakalagay dito, ikaw ng ikaw, and then yung mga groundbreaking, pinapakita natin, sa halip na dapat ipapakita natin yung underground river, the 8 wonders of the world, yun, Tabon Cave, etc. Ang pinakita doon, kayo po, at saka yung mga groundbreaking ceremony, which will not sell. If we want to sell something, pakita po natin yung mga tanawin o yung mga reasons why tourists will visit the country. Kasama na po dyan yung mga lugar na pwede pupuntahan, food, wellness, di ba, adventure. Those are the things that people would like to see, the tourists. And pumunta po ako sa website natin, wala ako masyadong nakikita ng mga lugar na kaakit-akit na para mainganyo yung mga tourist na pumunta. Nakikita ko puro mga festivals. I don't know kung iba yung napupuntahan ko website. Yeah, maganda po yung festivals. Pero kung kailangan natin talagang ma-invite yung mga tourists to come to our country, ano ba yung reason ba't nagtutour yung mga tao? Hindi naman po sa puro festival ang pinupunta ng mga turista rito. Of course, maganda yung festival. Pupunta sila rito for adventure, wellness, food, culture, and things like that. So yun po dapat ang binebenta natin. Huwag po natin ibinebenta yung maling mga bagay na hindi naman in-expect ng tourists when they arrive in our country. And lastly, dapat yung pagdating pa lamang sa airport, we have to identify who are the tourists, if possible, na vlogger. Kasi malaking dagok to sa atin na pag meron isang vlogger pumunta rito tapos siniraan tayo, magkakaroon ng domino effect yun sa bansa na kung saan sila, not only doon bansa kung saan sila, kundi mga followers nila. Tulad nitong American na vlogger, meron pang isa, siniraan tayo, at least itong American, medyo Pino pa siya, kaya lang nakasira. So, dapat po, DOT, makipag-tie up po tayo sa mga local vloggers. Marami naman tayong mga local vloggers dito eh. Makipag-tie up po tayo sa mga foreign vloggers. I'm sure makakatulong in one way or the other. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Probably we can continue.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Secretary Frasco.
may I be given an opportunity to...
Yes, please.
Yes. First of all, Mr. Chair, I'm very grateful to Senator Tulfo for bringing up the necessary interventions as far as safety and security is concerned, as this is indeed one of the most important sources of travel confidence coming into the country. And therefore, we are in full agreement that there is a need to ensure that the whole of government is working as far as tourist safety. On the side of the Department of Tourism, to the extent that our mandate allows, our Office of Human Capital Development has trained over 8,000 tourist police that are designated in various destinations in the country in partnership with the Department of Interior and the PNP. In addition to this, in conjunction with our work with the Korean Embassy as well as the Korean Cultural Center, we have also begun trainings on Korean-speaking tourist police. Third, with the establishment of the Tourist Assistance Call Center, a first in the Philippines, we have also already trained and deployed Korean-speaking call center agents. The call center is 151 Tour or 8687, and it has already received over 23,000 calls. But then again, all of these efforts are for naught with a single or repeated instance of harm put upon our tourists by lawless elements. This is why we continue with our advocacy that tourist safety should be a top priority. So prevailing has been this advocacy on the part of the Department of Tourism that we have actually proposed the convening of a national tourism task force on tourist safety. My understanding is that this is now with the DILG for review, and the composition of this task force will be various law enforcement agencies in partnership with our local government units. We await the convening of this national task force, even as we continue to work with various embassies all over the world. Pertaining to international tourist arrivals, we would just like to put on record that data presented by the Bureau of Immigration together with eTravel shows that in 2025, a total number of 6.48 million international arrivals came upon the Philippines. This is a composite of foreign citizens as well as overseas Filipinos. If you compare the data from 2025 to 2024, using the same metrics of Bureau of Immigration and eTravel, there's actually a 0.76 growth rather than a decline. That being said, we recognize the challenges of the South Korean market. The decline in their outbound travel is not limited to the Philippines, but is seen all over the Southeast Asian region. With that, we have worked very closely with the Korean Embassy, our Korean communities, as well as our tourism attachés and the Tourism Promotions Board, precisely to ramp up efforts on promotions specific to the South Korean market. We have also sought to diversify our markets, veering away from a very high dependency on particular markets alone. With that, we have opened up the Indian market. Our president has shifted the policy from requiring visas to having visa-free travel from India to the Philippines. And this, in conjunction with the inaugural flights from Delhi to Manila, which began on October 1 at 3 times daily and which was increased to 5 times daily in December, we have immediately seen a 21% growth from the Indian market. In addition to this, challenges in recovering the Chinese market have also been devastating as far as tourism is concerned in the Philippines. Since 2023, the Department of Tourism has advocated for the institution of an electronic travel system for China, knowing how our competitors have liberalized their visa policies coming from China. The Department of Foreign Affairs instituted the e-travel only to suspend the same a few months later. We did not stop with our advocacy for liberalized visa policies, and we're pleased that very recently, visa-free travel from China has been announced. We do not anticipate an immediate surge in Chinese arrivals, but we do anticipate that since demand from China, according to our Beijing and Shanghai offices, has never waned, that there will be a gradual increase, especially in light of the forthcoming Chinese New Year celebrations. Even so, we recognize that recovery of flights coming from China is less than 50%. And therefore, we request the Civil Aeronautics Board, as well as our partners in the aviation industry, to help as far as accessibility coming into the Philippines and to help in the recovery of flights. Speaking of flights, I understand that the conversation on managing ticket prices is a going concern. This has been talked about not only now, but for many years now. And the solution always seems to be a long-term one. We either reclaim, we either extend the runway, or have to construct facilities that will address this problem, not now, but in the years to come. What has not found too much information or conversation in the public sphere is the fact that the airline industry is a deregulated industry by virtue of an executive order that was issued in 2011 and also in light of international treatises entered into by the Philippines. And so, it is a humble suggestion on the part of the Department of Tourism that since this is an investigation in aid of legislation, that perhaps it is high time that we revisit the regulations or lack of regulations as far as airline ticket pricing is concerned. My understanding is that the chief regulatory body of this matter is the Civil Aeronautics Board, which is why the Department of Tourism, as early as last year, presented its request to the CAB. First, to present a monthly index of ticket pricing for all airlines in order that there be no market shocks as far as the public is concerned, and in order that the CAB may be able to strictly implement its suggested price ceiling. Without a strict implementation of this matter and without revisiting the deregulation of the airline industry, it is very difficult on the Department of Tourism to manage a matter that is simply not within its mandate. That being said, as far as promotions is concerned, and which is our chief mandate, I would like to put on the record a matter that has been already clarified by the Department of Tourism. In that, the magazine that bore my image, called Philippine Topics, that was published in Japan and subsequently distributed for free, absolutely had no consent, funding, or information on the part of myself or on the part of the Department of Tourism. I did not pay for that magazine. No government funds were used for that magazine, and my consent was never obtained in the use of my image for that magazine. That being said, I wish to clarify that the Department of Tourism maintains two social media sites. One is the corporate site, which reports on the activities of the agency as well as the head of its agency. As far as the programs and projects of the Department of Tourism is concerned, and inevitably, as I have sought as best I can to be as present as possible in all the destinations in the country that have been visited by us in the past 3 years, perhaps that is the reason why my face prominently appears in the Department of Tourism's website, as that reports on our activities. On the other hand, there is a marketing platform of the DOT that reports on all of the destinations and markets all of the destinations in conjunction as well with the sites of the Tourism Promotions Board. So we wish to assure this committee that the Department of Tourism has worked as hard as it could as far as promotions is concerned and has advocated as fiercely as possible as far as matters that can help or harm Philippine tourism, but are simply not entirely within the mandate of the DOT. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, yeah, thank you for that clarification, Secretary Frasco. You did say that you never give your consent to this magazine, Japanese magazine, for your picture to be featured in this magazine, free magazine. So what did you do after you learned that they use your picture, your image, and all, and even some items here that describes who you are? So how did they know who you are without you or some of your people telling them? And what did you do after you've learned, for example, if it's really true what you're saying, that they were using your pictures without their consent? Did you do anything?
Yes, definitely, Mr. Senator. An immediate investigation was conducted upon my directive, and this is how we were able to find out that Philippine Topics magazine had sought permission to cover the Philippine Expo pavilion in Japan. This was during the launch of the Philippine National Day of the country in Osaka Expo. And so they were given access to cover the Philippine National Day in Osaka. And my understanding is that the photo that was used as cover for the magazine was lifted from the coverage of that particular event. And the contents of the magazine are all lifted content. These are not the product of interviews that were conducted by them towards me, as there was never any. Therefore, after having learned that they were given access to the Osaka Expo, a demand letter had then been sent to Philippine Topics. First, to establish for the record that the magazine was in no way a directive or an editorial decision on the part of the DOT, and that no government funds were used in the publication
Yes,
of
ma'am.
the
I
magazine.
understand that. So since may pag-amin po sa inyo na walang authority or you did not authorize them to use your pictures in this magazine, so para makabawi sila, bakit hindi niyo lang po kontakin ulit sila this time around with your authorization na mag-publish tayo ng mga magagandang tanawin sa Pilipinas, who we are and what are the places that they can go. It's free anyway, you said, right? So why not contact them? Parang quits na tayo. Sige, nilagay nyo kami dyan ng walang paalam. Ngayon naman, may paalam na kayo, pero itong ilalagay nyo. So we will dictate to them what we want published in their magazine since it's free. Why don't we do that? Kasi mataas ang circulations nito, I would suppose, because it's a free magazine. At maganda, glossy to magazine na ito. So why don't we take advantage of that?
My
And also,
understanding-
ma'am, huwag ka magalit, kasi marami na akong natatanggap ng mga, feedback from other people na pagdating sa promotions, dapat ang pinopromote yung lugar, hindi dapat yung tao. Iwas tayo dun sa personality. We have to promote yung mga pupuntang lugar. Like I said, yung underground river sa Palawan, I think it's 8 wonders of the world. Is that considered? Tabon Cave, so many other places that we can feature na maingganyo po yung mga tourists to come over to our country. At i-minimize po natin yung mga festival. Okay, festival's good. But the tourists will not come to the Philippines because of the festival. They come to the Philippines because of our beaches, the adventure that they can take advantage of, yung mga diving sites, etc. So nakita ko kasi sa isang website ng Philippine Tourism natin, puro mga festival. Kung akong turista, ba't ako pupunta? Ayoko ng festival eh. Of course, may mga tao gusto ng festivals. Di ba? Pupunta sila. Mga tiatihan, kung ano pa dyan, sidulog, but hindi po magbebenta sa mga tourist dyan. Ang magbebenta sa mga tourist, yung adventure, wellness, food, etc. Yun ang po advice ko. So lastly, dito po, sige, para makabawi naman tong magazine na ito, balikan nyo sila, sabi mo, this time authorized na namin, ito yung mga magandang tanawin na pwedeng pumunta, i-promote nyo ito. Can you do that?
Senator, unang-una po, hindi po ako nagagalit, nagtatrabaho lang po ako. Kaya siguro po grabe po yung atake sa akin kaya hindi naman ako nagagalit, hindi na ako sumasagot, no. But I just wish to make clear na yung background ko po ay naging mayor po ako dun sa Cebu. Kaya yung manner, yung urgency, yung presence ng pagtatrabaho, ayun po yung background
Okay,
ko.
yes ma'am.
Hindi po ako sanay na magtrabaho sa loob lamang po ng opisina. Nandyan po ako on the ground. In less than 3 years po, nabisita na po natin yung lahat ng rehiyon ng Pilipinas and around 75% of all the 83 provinces of the Philippines.
I agree with you ma'am, totally.
Yeah.
Hardworking po kayo. Now, sabi niyo po, yung sa magazine, wala pong consent niyo, ilagay mukha niyo. How about dito po sa mga airport sa Cebu? Nandito po yung mukha niyo, welcoming the tourists
That's actually not an airport in Cebu. That I believe is in Boracay.
in Boracay.
Yes.
Instead po ng picture, like I said,
Yes,
nothing
yes.
personal with you, mama. Instead sabi ko kanina, personality, ba't di na lang tayo maglalagay ng mga lugar na pwedeng puntahan na para, like I said kanina, for the end time, maengganyo yung mga tao na, "Oh, sige, pupunta ko, ang ganda niyan." Di ba parang sa ibang lugar, tulad sa Dubai, if I go to other countries, sa airport pa lang nila, makikita mo nun sa walls yung mga lugar na pwede pupuntahan na you're being invited to go to that place. In this case, yan po ba, may authorization po kayo na ilagay yung picture nyo dyan?
Senator Tulfo, I'm really glad that you brought this up because earlier you talked about the 5 lines that people are supposed to take before they can enter Boracay Island. That's in relation to this particular situation. So this matter was brought to us as far as the 1.5 hours of waiting time before you can go into Boracay. Considering that the port is being operated by the provincial government of Aklan, we then, as far back as 2 years ago, approached the governor as well as the mayor to provide guidance as far as how they can improve the tourist experience in Boracay. This then resulted in a public-private partnership between the private sector as well as the provincial government of Aklan to introduce an electronic system that would improve those lines, reduce the number of lines from 5 to 2 or 3, I believe, and reduce the waiting time from around 1.5 hours to much less than that. As I recall, the product of the PPP was launched last year. And I'm told that this tarpaulin was put up because I was supposed to have arrived at the inauguration of this PPP project. But another urgent matter came up here in Manila, and hence I was not able to attend. That is the reason why that welcome tarpaulin is there. But I did not direct the putting up of that tarpaulin. But the reason why it's there is because they put it up as a welcome sign at the launch of that PPP project to improve the ticketing of Boracay. Nonetheless, when this matter was brought to light, we actually already ordered all of our regional offices, including Region 6, to take down any offending material, as the case may be, or any material that bears my image. But at the end of the day, I believe that this is a matter of visibility and performance. The question is whether or not the Department of Tourism has performed its mandate in the past 3 years. I respectfully submit that we have, within the 93% slashed budget that we have been given and within the limited mandate that we have been given. But it's quite impossible for us to deliver a miracle if we are not provided with the appropriate funding and if we do not obtain the necessary assistance that is needed in order to ensure that infrastructure, connectivity, safety and security, and all of these matters are addressed.
Okay, ma'am, huwag kayong magalit ha. Bine-voice out ko lang kung ano yung mga sinasabi ng netizens, kung ano yung nakarating sa akin sumbong. Now, sabi niyo po, yung sa Korea, wala kayong authorization doon, maging sa airport, may authorization ba kayo na para ilagay yung picture niyo? And then isa pa po, meron ditong promotion na kayo po'y nakasakay sa bangka and you're promoting the Philippines at kayo po'y nakadamit ng mga bulaklakin at sa Lake Cebu ba ito? Ito ba'y walang authorization nyo rin na ilalagay po yung mukha nyo doon sa cover ng magazine na kayo po'y nakabihis at parang nag-invite ng mga tourist?
Senator Tulfo, that photo I believe you're pertaining to is one that was taken during the Philippine Experience Program, Heritage, Culture, and Arts Caravan that the Department of Tourism implemented in the Soc-Sargen region. That is not a promotional material, but that's actually coverage of the activities of the department. That photo was taken at the time when we held the Philippine Experience Program in South Cotabato.
So bakit hindi na lang po model na taga roon mismo, native po sa lugar na yon, nakilala sa lugar na yon? Why you?
That photo was taken during my presence at the
Yes, ma'am,
South
I know, I
Cotabato.
understand.
Yes.
We don't have any fight on that matter. What I'm trying to say is someone who's recognized in that community, in that place. Yung kilala, kunyari, Miss, kung anong bansa. Ano bang lugar po yan?
That's Lake Cebu.
Cebu. Oh, how about
Lake Cebu. Yes.
Lake Cebu in Cebu?
In South
And
Cotabato.
so, how about Miss Cotabato instead of you?
Yes.
Nakilala sa lugar na yan.
Senator
So, why?
Tulfo, let me clarify
No,
that.
no, ma'am, let me finish
Yes.
first.
Mm.
Kanina hindi kita in-interrupt. So bakit hindi na lang po yung isang native na kilala ng mga tao na kapag nakita nila, maagad-agad maintindihan nila bakit siya nandyan as opposed to ikaw. Isa pa po. Ma'am, these are the things that I'm trying to voice out today. Nothing personal, nothing about you. These are the complaints that my office received, my action center received. They came to me and they talked to me and they told me everything I'm telling you now. Isa pa dito, meron sa isang, ano ba to? Pinakita sa amin na puro nakalagay frasco sa isang, sa Ninolan, Cebu. So, doon sa mga, yung sa mga tabi-tabi na may mga eateries, mga karinderya. So merong kahabaan, puro karinderya sa, I think sa highway ba ito? So sa taas, sana inilagay niyo po doon yung mga lugar na pwedeng pasyalan. I'm sure na dadaan dito yung mga turista kasi highway po ito. Sa halip na ilagay niyo po yung karatula doon ng mga places na pwedeng bisitahin, ang nilagay niyo po doon, puro apelyido niyo po all the way. So siguro po walang authorization sa inyo. Baka yung mga tao niyo lang pong gumawa niyan without you telling them. Baka merong gustong sumipsip sa inyo at nilagay yung name nyo. So siguro po pwede yung sabihin yung mga tao nyo next time, wag puro ako. Dapat yung mga lugar na talagang bebenta sa mga tourist. Is that good enough?
Senator, with all due respect, I just wish to place on the record that the photos that have been used and transformed into memes are actually work photos.
Is that AI? You're telling me that's AI?
No.
Okay.
This is a work photo. I was in Lake Cebu in South Cotabato promoting the Philippine Experience Program. The interpretation or misinterpretation of that, of course, is up to public consumption. But we have all the documentation to prove that my presence there was a legitimate one, and it was to help the destination as far as crafting of tourism packages, tourism circuits, building up of attention for the destination in conjunction with our tourism stakeholders.
I'm not saying, Mom, that you're not present, your presence there is not legit. Okay? What I'm saying is, yung presence mo doon, yung sa picture na yan, it doesn't fit in sa taste ng mga Pilipino na nakakita po niyan. Kaya nga po, binabash po kayo. Hanggang sa pumunta po sila sa action center ko para magreklamo. Nung malaman nila magkakaroon ng hearing ng ganito, they came to my office and they told me na ito yung baka pwede mo iparating sa Department of Tourism. That's why I'm trying to voice it out today here in the hearing. Okay. So, kasi ang nangyari, ma'am, ang dating daw sa kanila parang pinopromote mo yung sarili mo versus dapat yung Pilipinas ang pinopromote mo o yung mga probinsya ang pinopromote mo versus you promoting yourself. Yun po yung dating sa mga tao. Hindi po sa akin yun, ha? That's not from me, from them. So ang dating po sa mga tao na you're trying to promote yourself. So maybe we have to refrain from doing that. We can use model siguro. Di ba? Like I said, yan sabi mo sa Cotabato ba yan? Saan lugar? South Cotabato. Then let's use Miss South Cotabato as the model or a native South Cotabato. Ano ba yung pinaka-native dyan sa Cotabato? Yung mga indigenous people in Cotabato. Much better versus kayo po. Yun po yung pinopoint out ng mga lumapit po sa akin. Mr. Chair, gusto rin magsalita si Ms. Rasco?
Sec, you want to respond?
Yes, I completely hear you, Senator, and I'm grateful that you have brought these matters to light. But since I have the floor, I would just like to reiterate my position that I have tried to be as present as possible in our destinations and for our stakeholders. That is the extent of the duty that I have exercised and nothing more. I have no national ambition. I'm not running for any national position. And therefore, any accusation of self-promotion would fall flat because I am not running for any national position in 2028. And therefore, there would be no reason for me to promote myself.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not saying that you're running. Don't put words into my mouth. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, yung po nakakalata yung mga tao na parang pinopromote yung sarili mo for whatever reason. Now, also, ma'am, compared to other countries like Vietnam, Korea, Malaysia, Japan, hindi niyo po nakikita yung mukha ng mga secretaries ng Department of Tourism nila doon eh. Wala. Never ka makakita sa tourist materials ng kahit anong bansa na banggit ko, yung kanilang Secretary of Tourism, pinopromote yung mga muka ng mga pictures nila. That's what the
Yes.
people that came to me.
Perhaps if it is the pleasure of the
Yeah.
senator that I no longer visit our destinations or that there be no coverage of the same, we can take that into serious consideration. But as far as I'm
Of
my
course, ma'am,
understanding,
of course, ma'am, you can
yes.
visit. Why not? Yeah, I would even, people will appreciate you going there so that makita mo on the ground kung ano yung mga kulang, ano yung mga kailangang gawin, etc. But what we are saying here, ma'am, please, huwag mo i-promote yung sarili mo. Pag
I have
pumunta ko na
not,
sa lugar,
Senator.
kung ano yung mga kulang doon, punahin mo and then punuan mo. Yun po yung point ng mga netizens na lumapit po sa akin. Okay? It has nothing to do about you. It has something to do na may problema at sinasabi na kung ano yung problema na dapat punuan natin ngayon.
Senator, we would be also very happy to provide your office with all of the promotional efforts that we have made sans my face in the destinations covered in order to indicate that
Thank you.
the Department of Tourism has not ever ceased from promoting our destinations, notwithstanding our very, very limited budget.